Welcome to another edition of the Show Me Hoops podcast. I'm Coach David Heeb. We run the number one podcast for basketball coaches and players in the state of Missouri. And tonight I've actually got a special guest from the other side of the river, TJ Hargrove, a junior standout basketball player from Southern Illinois. TJ, thanks for coming on the show with us.
No problem, sir.
And TJ, first of all, tell us a little bit about, what high school you go to, who your coach is, and kind of what kind of team you guys think you're going to have this year.
I go to East St. Louis Senior High School, Our coach, he's a good coach. I mean, we just met him in August. We just got him. This is our, second coach we got. Well, I've been through a high school. He's a cool coach. You have to get used to him, He's not a bad coach at all because he's experienced at college level and he knows what he's talking about and he knows the game of basketball.
Gotcha.
So, this is just going to be good for us this season. We're going to be very good. We just picked up a new 6'9" player from Sean Joe Reese, and he's going to. And I just left practice, so he's fitting in well with us. But we just went over the basics today. Defense, help defense. Nothing too hard, nothing too light. But this is the start of a new journey and the road to stay for us.
I like it. So you're a junior this year. And
yes, sir.
A standout player, in that part of the state, a well-known guy. Talk a little bit about what your expectations. You just kind of said it's the road to state. So has the coach talked about goals with you guys, or is that goals that you've set as players? What are your expectations for your season?
He's talked about it to us, and we talk about it every day because that's all we think about. Because we really think we have a good chance this year. Now that we picked up some more height, and we really have a good chance this year if everybody just buy in and we all play together as one and walk in one line. I promise we will make it far this year because we have a great chance. A lot of people are doubting us right now because they figure, they're not going to do that and they're going to be this, they're going to be that. And we're thinking positive. We're looking like, okay, we got this now. Now that we have help from across the river, we can actually do this. And our main goal is going to state and win the conference. That's our main goal this year. Because we play in less than 2 weeks, and we're preparing for that game. And just get ready to hop on the train and let's go.
Well, I love where your head's at right now because I think you have to start the season out with that in mind, that everybody's excited. We're going to have a good team. I mean, that's definitely a better place to start than the opposite, where you're kind of starting the year out going, man, I don't know about this. So that's good that you guys are starting out there. And for a lot of our listeners are from Missouri. We actually have listeners all over the country, but mainly in Missouri because that's where I'm from. And for those of our listeners who are hearing this now that don't know, Southern Illinois basketball, especially that east side of St. Louis where you've got Belleville, Alton, East St. Louis. I mean, there are some powerhouse basketball programs, Edwardsville, over on that side of the river. And East St. Louis specifically, you guys have turned out Darius Miles, who's in the NBA, a lot of really good players on the girls' side too. And so that is a really strong area for basketball. So I think if you guys can, like you said, win your conference and be good in your own area, you should definitely have a good chance to go to state also.
Yes, sir. That's our main goal.
And so, basketball, we talk on here a lot about how basketball is constantly changing as far as the way players are developed. For example, when I first started coaching, I'm 39 years old now, so it's been years ago that I started coaching. It was like your high school coach and your high school team. You just kind of mentioned that you've been through a couple of different coaches in high school already. Now it's not only the high school coach, but the high school coach and the AAU coach and the skills trainer. And, there's a lot more coaches involved in the picture. So what AAU program do you play with right now?
Bradville Elite. I just came to them a couple of months ago.
And so how has that experience been for you so far?
It's been a great experience because, the past year, I always wanted to be on the EYBL circuit. I just wanted to see how it would feel because I sit up, on weekends. If I don't have anything to do in the morning, I sit up to 3 in the morning just watching, the EYBL, the Knowledge, the Under Armour circuit, the Adidas circuit. I just want to see how it feels to be on that circuit, but also that's going to take me where I need to be. and have me ranked nationally because I feel like I deserve to be ranked nationally. As much work as I put in, day out, getting up early in the morning, come home late at night, I feel like I should be ranked nationally, and I will do whatever it takes to get where I need to be in basketball.
Yeah,
So I
and
went over to Brad Bill Elite and see where that's going to take me, and hopefully give me more offers.
absolutely, and that's the name of the game is trying to get your get that exposure, get yourself out there, and there's a lot of ways to do that now. So tell me, give me one story, TJ, about playing on the EYBL. Like you said, you're sitting back and watching it before. You weren't a member of it. Now you're getting to go
Right.
play with Brad Bill Elite. You're getting to go play against these good players. Give me one story where you went and played against a really good player, maybe somebody that you'd heard of before or seen before. Now you're getting to play against that guy. You're out there on the floor with him. Give me one example where you were kind of out there like, wow, am I really out here with these guys?
When we went to City of Palms last year, I got to play against Kevin Knox.
Okay.
I watched him a lot on YouTube, and this is before the season. So when we got our schedule, I looked at it and I seen City of Palms on there. So I'm like, man, we really going to City of Palms this year. As much as I watch it, we're really going to be there. So we saw who we were going to play. We were going to play Tampa Catholic, and we supposed to play IMG, but I guess when we got there, they said we wasn't going to play them anymore, and so we just played Tampa Catholic. And I got to thinking, I was like, hold on, Kevin Knox from Tampa Catholic. And I was really excited to actually play him because I was like, man, I watch this kid on YouTube all the time. Now I get to be on the same court as him and play against him. Even though they beat us, and they didn't really beat us by that much, they beat us by 5 points.
Right.
And like it was just a great experience being able to play at the City of Palms and being in the dunk contest, but also playing against players from around the world and just being on that same court as them. And I got to play in front of the Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski. So that was even better. So it was just
That's
a
a
great
neat
experience
experience.
playing against him.
And so how did you play against a guy like Kevin Knox? Because you guys basically play the same position. And so
Right.
how did you play against Kevin Knox?
I played relatively good. I had a little mistakes or whatever because I was a little bit nervous because this is my first time being at the City of Palms. Playing in a big arena. I played good though. To me, I feel like I played good. I crashed the board. I had 12 points. Not too much, but I feel like this year if we play against somebody that's a big time player, I feel like I can do way better because my skill set has got it way better. And now that I have the green light this year, I feel like I could be a better person for my team and a bigger person on the court.
Wow. And you just kind of walked into the next question I was going to ask you. Before we did this, we kind of met through a friend of a friend. And before I called you to do this interview, I watched a lot of your YouTube videos and I'm going to be honest, the first thing that stood out to me about you was your shot. You shoot the ball really well. Who taught you to shoot?
Really, I'm gonna get to my middle school coach, Coach Mike. He really taught me the correct way to shoot because my jump shot was not that great. And he just continued to work with me day in and day out. Also, my other coach, my former coach, Coach Booker, he spent days in the gym with me, helping me with my jump shot, getting my handles right and higher and better and stronger. Because everybody knows I'm not gonna play a 5 in college or 4.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be a guard.
Exactly.
So he worked with me with my handles and my jump shot, and that just got to progress in it now. I still have a lot more work to do. There's always work to be done, but it has gotten way better than it was before.
Right. And for those of you that are not familiar with TJ's game, what are you now? 6'6"?
6'7", sir.
6'7". I didn't mean to cheat you an inch there. 6'7", 185, really athletic guy, can really get off the floor and jump. And to be honest, those guys are not a dime a dozen, 6'7". They're not just walking down the street. But when you get to the level like you're talking about, where you're playing against, the best 50, 100 players in the country, there are a lot of guys on the wing that are that big. So what's going to separate you from that next guy is going to be that jump shot because you shoot the ball so well. And so, if I were coaching you, that's what I would tell you is exactly what you just said. You're not going to be a post. You're not going to play inside at the next level. And so what you're going to have to be able to do is create your own shot, but also knock that shot down. And so you're already off to a good start because when the ball comes out of your hand, it looks really good. You've got a nice looking shot there. So, talk about your skills trainer. Are you working with anybody right now on the side as far as, somebody putting you through individual workouts and things like that?
Corey Frazier, the trainer with the Black Ability. I just started training with him a couple months ago when I joined the team. And he's been good to us. He's been helping me a lot. He's got my handles more tighter, my jump shot better. Just teaching me different stuff that I learned some of it before, but more new stuff that I can really use in the game that's going to help me along the way of this journey I have.
Give me one example of something that Corey has taught you.
He taught me the hip swivel, just beating my opponent to the spot, getting my jump shot off faster, beating my opponent to the spot first. Just being a quicker because he knows that I'm gonna play a big role in the summertime. So he wants to prepare for that right now. So when I get to that point in the summer, it would just be easy because I had already worked on it, and now that I'm prevailing at it, it's gonna be relatively easy for me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I know Corey Frazier personally. I've known him for years and years and years. Corey is actually from the same part of Missouri that I'm from, and so we've known each other forever. And you're in good hands right there with him. He's a Charleston Blue Jay. He played at Charleston High School, and in Missouri they've won 11 state championships. One of the best high school programs over in this part of the state. Then Corey played at St. Louis University. Been around a lot of really, really good players, and so. You just be sure and tell Corey the next time you talk to him that Charleston cannot beat Scott County Central, and he'll laugh when you tell him that. So, but yeah, our two schools, we've won the most state titles in Missouri. My high school, and Corey's is number 2, and so we like to give each other a hard time. But Corey's a great guy, and you're in good hands with him. And so, TJ, my advice to you would be, like you said, you got a game in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
This is all, coming up fast your junior year, like we were talking before we came on the show. You got a lot of offers in your hand already. Talk about some of those people that are already offering you scholarship.
I went to see St. Louis practice a couple weeks ago. Right, this past weekend I went to the exhibition game. Right, played Harris. So, the coaches are good to me. They treat me like I'm family already. They let me come see their practice, meet the players, talk to the coaches. They just treat me as a family and like a brotherhood. And also, I went to go see Illinois State. They treat me like family. I went there to visit their school for homecoming. They treat me like family. So, it's just been good. And so they treat me like family, even though I haven't committed to them or made any, coming to you guys. They just treat me like family. And they check up on, and Mizzou, they check up on me all the time. New Mexico do the same. They check me, how you doing, how's your day, how's practice, how's your grades. They just make sure I'm all right as a person on and off the court.
That's good. And when it comes time to make that decision, this advice that I'm going to give you, I coached for a lot of years, had a lot of guys go play in college, play Division I. I got one guy that's in the NBA right now. And I told all those guys the same thing. When it comes time to make your decision, you go where you want to go. Pick the best fit for you. Because when you get there, it's going to be on you, not anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, say for instance, I had a boy one time that was playing for me. He really respected my opinion. He really, if I would have told this kid, go here or go there, he would have listened to me. He would have went anywhere I told him to go. But it's like I told him, when you get there, I'm not going to be there with you. So you have to pick the place where you think you're going to be most comfortable, not where your high school coach thinks or your AAU coach or your dad or any of the people that love you. They're all going to try to give you good advice. At the end of the day, you got to go where you think that they're going to make you the best player possible. And the good news is you got 2 years before you even get there. So, if you continue to improve, the sky is the limit. And one other piece of advice I would give you, you talked about getting exposure and getting ranked and all those things, and they are important. Don't get me wrong. But the guy that I coach that's actually in the NBA right now, he never got even any exposure until his senior year of high school. Nobody even knew who he was. And the point being, now in 2017 with the internet and YouTube and everything else that's out there, if you got game, they're going to find you. And you definitely have game. So, young fella, just keep doing what you're doing, and you're on the right path. It sounds like you got a good head on your shoulders.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and so we run a website, www.justwintoday.com, and we put things on there for players, for coaches, just motivation, good ideas. It's really for basketball coaches. It's for teachers, students, athletes, parents. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. So do me a favor, just spread that word over in Illinois for me, and we'll continue to stay in touch. And you've definitely got a fan over here on this side of the river.
Yes, sir.
Okay, TJ, thanks, and stay in touch.
No problem,
Okay,
sir.
bye-bye.